we did to do this was we didn't disable summoning. You can summon anywhere in Netherstorm if you want. However, you can't get into the 3 dungeons. Holy crap, my chat's going down too fast. You can't get into 3 dungeons without riding skill. And you can get a warlock, you can go up to Alcatraz and sit there and summon someone. They won't be able to enter the instance unless they have 225 riding. And just so you guys know, if you're a druid and you do get swift, not swift flight form, but normal flight form, you will get 225 riding, and it will work. So, I might have been missing some questions. The chat's scrolling too far, so I'll just keep going. Servers up? No, it's not up. And if it is, it's only for devs, admins, and maybe some GMs, but I'm not going to say one way or another. Do you think all the exposure you are causing will raise flags? I'm sure Blizzard's well aware of everything that's going on. I mean, it's not that hard to do a Google search. They probably have someone monitoring all the private servers, keeping tabs on them, trying to dig up some dirt and this and that. I would not be surprised if Blizzard was up doing that. How big is it though? How big is what? Oh, my dick? I'm not saying that. Should there be a server name at the bottom right when logging in? That all depends on your WTF folder or realm list file. You can set it to whatever you want actually. If you just type in set realm name, you can call it whatever you want. You could call it set realm name Russia and it would pop up there. Like, it's not controlled by the server, it's controlled by the client. Way too many questions. Hunter boost, do I get some basic spell skills like Bite Claw? So what we did do was we let the hunters get growl rank 7, 6, I forget what it is, but it's whatever you're supposed to have at level 60. So you can at least have your pet tank, and that's the bare minimum what you need to do. You should be able to kill things, you should be able to learn stuff, get your money, and go get your spells. How do you set your client to your servers? Set the client? Oh, okay, well you have a client, you download it, and in your realm list, if you don't know what a realm list is, just Google it, you change it to set realm list, whatever our realm list will be, and that'll be announced sometime before launch. I don't know if it has. Sorry, some people are PMing me. I do read, by the way. You know who you are. Anyways. Okay. More questions, more questions. Do you expect it to be packed all day, and how long would being packed 24/7, if it is days on end, would it take to add a 3rd server or up your pop cap? It's not very hard to add a server. All you need to do is contact your provider and present them with some money, and they'll do it for you, right? The hardware is there, they have the servers. As long as they have room for you, you can get it running up within a couple hours. You just have to upload your data to the server. Depending on how much you have, it could take, now I don't know for sure, but it could take anywhere from 2 hours to a day. But it's not very hard to accomplish that. All you need to do is actually get in contact with your provider, and hopefully they have space for you. But usually waving some cash in their face does the business. Are you really ready for launch? Will the server hold? No one can ever say they're ready for launch. I mean, look at every single launch Blizzard had. There was always bugs, there was always exploits, there was always crashes. Every single launch of probably any software program that was ever out there that's like hosted on an online platform has bugs. No one's ever ready. Not even the AAAs are ever ready. So we hope we're ready. We hope we've done enough, but who knows? You know, we'll see. Is your location of hosting outside of the reach of USA legislation? This is a hard question to answer because I'm not a copyright lawyer. I can't say for certain that Blizzard would be able to or not be able to touch us, as you would have me say, but from what the general public is saying, Russia has a lot less ties with the U.S. and it's a lot harder to get things done for the U.S. lawyers because Russia's pretty much just like, oh, you want us to do this? Talk to us again later, and they'll just keep pushing off or something. But again, I'm not a copyright lawyer. How do I know if I set up my client correctly for launch? Well, if you can log in, then you set it up correctly. I mean, just Google some. There's plenty of guides out there. Just Google some stuff, man. Other questions. Stop scrolling. Okay, it's scrolling too fast. I have to scroll down. Okay, now I can stop it. Does it say unable to connect for anybody else? It says unable to connect because the server is probably not up, or you have the wrong realm list. If you have the wrong realm list, you're trying to connect to nothing, you know, so nothing's gonna happen. It's gonna say unable to connect, or your internet's down, but I doubt that's the case.
All right.
Okay, someone asked if we ever accept money for in-game benefits. No, that is not ever going to happen. We're never going to give you some sort of way to gain an advantage over another player, as people commonly refer to it as pay to win. Even if it's like some Warmane classifies, a lot of people defend Warmane saying it's not pay to win because you can only buy level 200 items. It's still, you're buying an item, you're skipping some content, and that to me, personally at least, and probably to a lot of other people, is pay to win. So the only things that you will be able to ever get from the donation shop as a reward for your gift will be vanity items like trading card game pets, tabards, and mounts. Or I guess, yeah, they're all the same. Whatever. The trading card things. The things that you can't get in game. If there's something that you can get in game, like the Zul'Gurub Tiger eventually, when it actually gets out, you know, mounts that you can actually farm and they're rare drops, you'll never be able to purchase them. Or donate for them, I should say. Okay.
Open your heart to the light.
How many servers are estimated to be created since the cap will be 3.5? We have 2 at launch. There might be more, there might be less. If there's not enough people playing on both servers to justify having 2, eventually we'll merge them. Excuse me. Eventually we'll merge them. If there is justification, we'll keep them, and if there's justification for more servers, then we might discuss that and do that. Next question. Where do I download the TBC game? The official answer we're giving out, and all I'm going to say is that if you want to play, either find yourself a different option. We don't provide any copyrighted materials that are owned by Blizzard. Right, so if you want to play this game, you have to legally install the discs that you legally bought from Blizzard and patch up. And that's all I'm going to say on that. When you're rolling a new class, will you have the stuff you would otherwise get with quests? Example, shamans and totems. Yes, shamans will get totems in their bags. Warlocks will get their warlock pets and their spells. You know, hunters will get all the spells they need to train a pet, to tame a pet, and they'll get the growl. You know, rogues will have poisons, stuff like that. You know, all the quest things, like Paladin's quest to get redemption, they'll have that. They don't have to go back and do any quests. My eyes are really hard to see these scrolling chat because it doesn't stop ever, so I can't read the question. Okay, so I can multi-boxing unless I use third software and they don't, oh god, this English, and they don't interact with each other. Yes. Does Paladin get 300%? Paladins and Warlocks do not get their 100% mount, they get the 60% mount. You'll have to go do the quest for that. Multi-boxing, what is the definition that we're using, is if you use a single key press and it affects more than one character or one action, that is multi-boxing. If you want to have your alt on follow and throw them through dead mines or whatever dungeon you want to do, go ahead. As long as you're not manipulating 2 characters at once with one key press or one mouse click or anything like that. This guy sounds like Jeffrey Kaplan, the Blizzard dev conspiracy boys. Yes, I work for Blizzard. Clearly, I am old enough to work for Blizzard. Come on. I was 12 or 13 when Burning Crusade was out. Yeah, something around then. Come on. Rogues and poisons, lockpicking skill while I get them. We made the decision to reverse our previous notion of giving rogues lockpicking 300. All they're going to get is poisons. Because poisons are essential to the class while lockpicking is not. Will warriors have the option to pick tanking gear at 60? Yes. So, I can show you, actually, if I bring it up. I can show you exactly what, because I was the one who kind of developed this instance 60, what we would give for gear. How do I do this? Monitor capture, select region. Bear with me for a second. This is probably going to answer multiple questions at the same time. Oh, come on. Work. Stand by. Monitor capture. Select region. Come on. There we go. Alright. This is a spreadsheet I made of all the gear. As you can see on our initial phase, I actually had gear for every single slot. Okay, you guys can't see yet because there's a delay. But I had gear for every single slot, for every single kind of role. So basically you'll notice here there's priest damage, there's also priest heal, there's druid heal, there's druid tank or DPS because their gear is very similar. Then there's druid boomkin. You know, I considered all the specs. And furthermore, we considered, just makes me sure it's get in there, yeah. So we considered the ranged items, and the only people we thought actually justified having a ranged weapon were, what is this class? Warrior tanks, because they need a weapon to pull correctly in dungeons. What is this? Warrior DPS, same thing when they're they're not dungeon necessarily, but they do sometimes need a ranged weapon to pull, otherwise they're going to be dying all the time. Hunters, obvious, and rogue, same thing as warrior DPS, right? So there, you guys got a little bit of an insight into the background of what we do when we make these decisions, right? Oh, by the way, those are all the item IDs. But anyways, the things that were highlighted in green are what you're going to get. You're going to get every single armor slot, main hand and offhand, and some classes, select classes will get a ranged weapon, and that's it. You should be able to replace everything within the first, half of Hellfire, and it's not like the items are super good, so you will definitely be replacing them. You're not going to be keeping them forever, right? Anyways, back to questions. Sorry I spent a little bit longer than I should have on one question. PvP disabled on Amazon for first few days confirmed. PvP, is Amazon the PvP server? I don't know. I didn't decide the names for them. And personally, I'm not going to play on either server until I feel that there's a lead in the number of tickets and we're getting a handle on things, and then I actually have time to play the server. I'll be spending all my time doing GM work. Can you have two accounts running at once, as in to farm in wait times on one account while writing on the other? We're not preventing you from having two clients open as long as your one client is doing one thing and then you tab over to the other one and do something on that. One key click is one action. Sorry, 1 sec. Skype is questions. Someone asked about dual spec, tell him. What? No, I'm not going to say that. I don't want dual spec. I'm not going to say I want it. No, I think dual spec in TBC has no place. It's not part of the game. They introduced it in Wrath of the Lich King, and it doesn't belong in TBC, although it has some good things, and I definitely liked it when it was in Wrath of the Lich King. I think it really deterred from people actually considering what they would do. Because they would just be like, oh, I don't really care if I'm heal right now, I'll just go sign up for a dungeon and I can do whatever I want. Anyways, I'm not going to get into that. I'm reading Skype, by the way, the people who are talking to me there. So if you are trying to talk to me there, I'm looking at it. How many registrations do you have for the game? I don't know the current number right now, but before we opened it for the second time, so we had it open for a 24-hour period, and I'm told that there were 7,000 registrations. Now, obviously, that isn't unique persons. Everyone can register as many accounts as they want, so it could be 2,000, it could be 5,000, who knows. But we use that as a basis to determine that we would need 2 servers. So all dungeons for the Pally and Warlock quests are working properly. I can't guarantee that every single thing in there is working, but it should be doable. Right? It's basically... yeah. Instance 60 isn't a part of the game. You're correct. However, we feel it's justified because a lot of people like myself, and I'm sure a lot of people from Nostalrius, they're tired of leveling 1 to 60. I've done it so many goddamn times, I don't want to do it one more time. I want to play Burning Crusade for Outlands. I want to play Burning Crusade for Vanilla. Although, yes, I agree that leveling 1 to 60, or 1 to whatever the max level is, definitely puts more incentive on you actually working with your character, and you have more ties to it, and it means more to you. But I think leveling from 60 to 70, getting all the attunements and getting all the tailoring up and the blacksmithing, all these professions, I think that has just enough weight in Burning Crusade to hold people to their characters versus a server that's on, like, you know, Kata or Wrath of Lich King, where it's like you can level up, you don't even have to do professions, you don't have to do attunements, you can just jump right into crap and then quit the next day and it doesn't matter. Can you make a real countdown timer? It's easy to do in OBS. It's not whether it's easier or not to do, it's we're not going to reveal the exact time that the server's going up, and this is to try and limit the number of people that are connecting at one point, because the login server could very well be flooded and then no one can play, so that sucks. So by trying to stagger as best we can, we're hoping to eliminate some of the problems that come with launching things. CC when? I don't know. I'm not part of Corecraft. Don't ask me those questions. What do you intend to offer a donation shop? I already talked about that. Respec costs are Blizz-like? Yes. 50 gold is the max respec cost at the moment. We did say that we're going to monitor it. If the community is very demanding and PvP is lacking, and it's to the point where people who are playing for PvP, as in arenas and battlegrounds, are suffering because queue times are just not there and no one's queuing for arena, we might consider lowering that cost, but our hope is to leave it at 50 gold, and it's going to hopefully stay that way. Show again the gear sheets, please. You guys will see that today. Don't worry about it. Everyone's getting similar gear. You know, healers are getting items with bonus healing and int on it. Maybe a little bit of MP5. You know, rogues and like feral druids are getting like agility, stamina, attack power. You know, paladin tanks are getting defense, stam, strength. It's all like your primary stats that you're looking for in that role is on the gear. It's not like we're handing you cloth gear to go tank, you know? So don't worry about the gear. I'm sure you'll be fine. In fact, I even wanted to lower it a little bit more because I thought it was enough. It was already too much. Why is it called invincible when you can see it? I don't understand the question, but it's related to. What are the rewards from starting level 1? Hey, this is a good question. So when you start level 1, so basically there's 2 quests, and you either have to do one of them. Well, you don't have to, but you do one of them, and you can never do the other one again. So it's not like you can pick the level 1, and then after that pick the level 60 right away. You do one or the other, right? So if you choose the level 1, and you choose that, you get the choice of one of 4 trading card pets. I think there's the hilt material or something. I forget the names, but there's 4 pets you can choose from. Excuse me. And then you get a 32 slot bag, and then you get a tabard of the something. I forget what it was, but it was the tabard for the pre-Burning Crusade release. Whatever tabard that was for being part of there for the opening the portal event. And that's all you get. And then you're off on your own. You don't get gold. You don't get any items other than those. That's it. You get a 32 slot bag. It's basically the only thing that's not cosmetic. Oh, I'm being told it's Diablo, Pet, Zergling, Tyrell, which I think is the hilt, and Panda. And the tabard is the tabard of the Protector. Okay. How... Oh god, these questions are going too fast. Will there be a top public team speak for 5-mans, 10, 25-mans in PvP? We have had a 20... I think it was a 32 slot team speak. However, basically no one's been using it except for a couple people. We might keep it open, we might close it, I don't know. That's a decision we'll have to make later, but I can probably say that you won't be able to use it for your rating purposes because it won't be that big of a slot. Try not to spam your... Like, I know you guys want your individual question asked, but the more you're spamming, the less I can read. I can barely read stuff. It's scrolling up too fast, and I can't make it stop. So I can't even read the questions. Okay. Hey man, do rogues, solo, chest, run, and Mechanara work? Because what it was patched before... to my knowledge, there are no chests in Mechanara at this point on our server. Either we removed them or they were removed in a later patch, but I went in there personally and checked, and there were no chests spawned, so there you go. Oh, my eyes are really hurting on this, guys. Oh god. Okay, where can... If the website still appears down to you, try doing Control and F5 because you might have an old cache, and it might just keep loading that old cache where it's down, but a lot of the times it's up, and you just haven't. Oh, is it a 36 slot bag? I don't remember. It's the 32 or 36 slot bag for the level 1 quest, and the reason with that is we wanted to give something actually like worth, not just a pet. 32 slot bag or 36 slot, whatever it is not going to change the game. Sure, you can carry more materials with you. You don't have to visit the vendors more often. You can maybe carry some more off pieces in your bag when you're raiding, or more potions or whatever, but the reality of it is not going to change your gameplay. No one notices right off the bat, oh, he must have 20 slot bags. You know, it's not something that ever comes up. So a lot of people might make a big deal of it. If you make a big deal of it, go level 1. Then you get the bag. You know, and with bank alts, because I know this question is probably in here somewhere, with bank alts and then you get a free 32 slot bag, guess what? A bank alt already has, I think it's a 40 slot bank plus a 16 slot bag. It's like a 40% increase in bag slots, and it's not really hard to level a character and then just go to Stormwind. You know, it wasn't very hard for you to make bank alts in the first place. On top of, you could just use the instant 60 and probably get more bag space because you're gonna get 4 8-slot bags, less amount. Anyways, I know this is also a question, so I'm just gonna talk about it right now. With regards to not limiting the amount of instant 60s you can use, there's no feasible way to prevent people from doing more than one instant 60. You can try putting an IP lock on it, you can try putting an account lock on it, you can try making account registration a pain in the ass, but people will find ways around it. So there's no point for us to try and put limitations on something that someone's going to work around. So it's all out there, it's fair, everyone can try to do as many as want, whatever they want. There's just no way to implement any sort of instant level system on any server that doesn't have some sort of thing that people will complain about. Poison skill and lockpicking in rogue will be 0. I already said the poison skills will be 300. You can make your poisons because they're part of the class. What have you done so far okay, it's hard to read. What have you done as far as to try to prevent What happened to NOS doesn't happen to PlayTBC, besides moving the host to a Russian host. Well, I mean, there's nothing preventing Blizzard from sending out a bunch of cease and desist letters, right? Cease and desist letter can be sent from anyone to any. You know, it doesn't have to. It's usually sent to the provider, and then the provider sends it to the customer. But it's not like they have to have a legal claim for a cease and desist letter. The cease and desist letter does not go through the courts. It's just through lawyers. It's the preliminary, hey, if you don't stop this, I'm going to sue you. Right? So either you can, like what NOS did, and take preventative action and just say, oh, okay, we're going to stop, or you can try and fight it. Right? So there's no way to prevent a cease and desist from coming, but there are, if they can't get a legal basis to have a court look at your case, well, then they can't sue you. Right? That's the difference. But again, I'm not a copyright lawyer, I'm not any type of lawyer. My limited knowledge with the law, I don't know, it could be different, but that's from my knowledge. Will it be possible to buy those 36 slot bags from Donate? No, because at this point you can get them in the game, right? So we already stated that we won't be selling anything. We won't be giving anything out in the donation shop that is currently in the game, obtainable in the game in any fashion. Why opening the server at evenings? It will be a huge rush. Why not open it now to get a smoother start? I am not in charge of releasing the server. I'm actually probably going to go to work in 3 hours. I've been up all night doing this. I haven't slept. I will not be there for lunch, and it sucks. So, do you have something in place to prevent gold spam? We are going to be monitoring chats. We've already found a couple sites that have popped up, even though there's no server yet. So we're going to be taking a very swift justice of banhammer to any gold sellers. And, yeah, we're working on it. What was the reason behind the Instant 60? A lot, well, personal choice based on the original development team. They wanted to do Instant 60. And that's where we went from it. Right? That was one of the core differences between our server and a lot of other servers out there. And we felt that a lot of people would have that, share that expression with us, that they didn't want to level from 1 to 60 anymore. They didn't want to, and I think personally a big reason why traditional 1 times rate leveling from 1 to max level servers don't gain traction, even though people like them, is because it takes so long to get to the content that people are promising, and then they just fizzle out. You know, whereas if with an instant, let's say 10 levels lower than max, you can get right into the expansion that you're trying to play. You can view that content right away. Obviously, you can always see world mechanics and class bugs before you even get to the place, but this way you can start seeing everything for yourself. And you don't feel like you have to invest weeks just to get to the end, only to find out that it's a shit server, or it has major glaring bugs that you can't ignore, or whatever. Will there be end of the season awards for PvP or for Arena, such as gladiator titles or mounts? Yes, there will be. What was the reason behind? I already answered that. When are we able to play? Soon. Soon, TM, trademark. Do you have something in place? Okay, I already got into that question. Is Pepe Viola here? I don't know who that is. I see a couple people already saying this. Ban the Chinese client. No. Because there are lots of Chinese players who are legitimate and are not gold sellers. And you can't do that in this age. You can't just discriminate against the whole race based on your previous experience with a couple of them, or maybe, you know, a lot of them, but either way, you can't judge people. I've actually talked with a couple of people who've applied for various positions that are of Chinese origins or live in China, and they're all great people. I have nothing against them. I'm not going to discriminate, you know. It's not just the Chinese traditionally who gold farm, right? Oh, chat's going crazy again, too fast. Okay. Can you talk a bit about the 160 content? How are the quests, dungeons, pathfinding, or herb locations, and so on? You will be able to complete approximately 90% of the quests from 1 to 60. And note that I will use the word complete, right? So there might be some workarounds involved, but it should be completable. Vanilla content has come a long way since the beginning of private server emulation, right? Pathfinding is a global mechanic. It's not really limited just to vanilla content, so it'll be working. Why are you anti-fun in regards for paladins having both seals? This has been discussed at length. We're not going to change the mechanics of the game. This includes adding spells that maybe no one has a definitive proof that Blizzard ever thought this was broken. I mean, Blizzard left it like this for a whole expansion, so you can't arguably say that it was a mistake to give paladins one seal or the other, right? Seal of Vengeance is great for paladin tanks. Seal of Blood is great for DPS. Each one has its pros and cons. They make the classes unique. There was this whole lore behind Blood Elves and Paladins, and it actually comes to fruition at the very end of it in Sunwell. That last fight killed Jaden. That's when you kind of find out the pinnacle of everything. But like there's this whole lore of like how Horde got Paladins, and it makes sense. To give them Seal of Vengeance doesn't make sense. Now that's not the reason. It's not that we're all like RP people, but we're not going to change the mechanics of the game, right? That's the core reason. Are you in love with the Coco? I am definitely in love with the Coco. I agree with Instant 60, just don't make it cheap. What do you mean by cheap? How long will the arena seasons be? We're going to try and keep arena seasons to around how long Blizzard had them. Blizzard had them at, I believe, around 20 weeks or so. But again, this is all going to be dependent on how the server's breathing and if it's completely dead. If there's no one doing arena, well then we're not going to drag it out for a very long time. But if there's lots of teams and there's still movement and no one's like really settled in, then we might keep going. It also depends on how fast we're going to release the raids, because we want to kind of keep the arena seasons and the raids not necessarily tied together where tier 5 comes out and, or not tier 5, but like, you know, like a raid comes out and a season starts, because it didn't work that way on Blizzard, but we're going to try and keep them sort of close together. Oh, someone's calling me. What? Would you like help in this? I don't know. The questions are going so fast, Ryan. I can't do this. But I'm answering as many as I can. I mean, having two people in Skype isn't really going to change much. We're just going to be talking over each other. You guys are spamming way too fast. Holy crap, there's 2,600 people watching me. I can't believe still that there were 1,400 people watching me play Minesweeper. That has got to be the first. How can we level if Horde and Alliance start in one area, like thousands of people? Well, actually, something that a lot of people don't think of is because you're level 60, you don't have to necessarily start in the exact location that everyone else is starting, you know? Zangarmarsh doesn't really have any pre-quests that you have to do in order to go there. Just saying. Or even the second half of Hellfire. There's ways to level through Battlegrounds, you know? They give experience. You can do instances. People have already mentioned that they're getting groups together to just do instant grinding, one after the other. There's multiple ways to go out. You can. Why do you have to race to 70? You could enjoy the World PvP. And if you don't like World PvP, then, well, there's a PvE server. And that's could be your thing. Who knows? Oh, Ryan, I'm sending you something in Skype. Alright, back to this. Holy fuck, it's 4:25 in the morning for me. Oh, work's gonna suck tomorrow. Okay. Okay, yes, update the timer. So what time is it? It's 4:25. What time is it in Europe? Google. What time is it in England? 12:25 p.m. So I'm 6 hours behind? 8 hours behind. 8 hours behind, and what do I have it currently set to? 6 to 10. So I'm going to edit that to 4 hours to 4.5, really. 4.5 to whatever. I'll just leave it 4 to 8 for a while. Okay. Sidetracked. God, it's going too fast. It's going too fast. Yeah, I've had this keyboard for a while. So I'll mention it. Can I connect from Baghdad? I don't see why not. Why is your Game Master dev name? My Game Master dev name is probably going to be Peanut or Peanut Butter or Jelly or Jelly Time. I don't know. One of those. Probably. Who knows? Can Blake from Mages go through walls? No, we fixed that. There should be 99% of the times you should always blink through the wall. 99.7888 repeating, of course, percent. Peanut butter isn't in my favorite time zone. Yep, this is the best time zone in the world. Just kidding. Are there going to be an XP events like on Chronos? No. Why would there be XP in events? You're getting instant 60. There's no reason at all to get instant, on top of instant 60 an XP event. Come on. Oh, maybe BGs don't give experience until I'm not sure. I don't PvP. I'm a PvE hero, except I don't play on PvE realms, which is weird. I refuse to. I will actually, like, if I'm pissed off and I'm getting spawn camped, I will just like sit there, alt tab, and watch YouTube for half an hour so the guy walks away and stops camping me. That's how much I hate PvP. But don't be worried, because the other admins love PvP, and they're going to be all over that shit, making sure it's working. Okay, there's a question. Let me see if I can actually grab it. Copy, paste. Okay, what have you done as far as you can be to achieve actions of multiple doing anywhere of anything subsequently unobtainable? Furthermore, therefore, copy and paste this, please. Important question. Well, that's a good question, and I'm going to answer that with another question. How can our eyes be real if... Or, fuck, I fucked it up. How can mirrors be real if our eyes aren't real? If eyes can't see. Whatever that quote is. Where is Minecraft's wife? Well, you tell me. I don't know where she is. You guys are cracking me up. Thanks for being such great sports. At first, I didn't actually think I was going to do this whole stream. I was just like kind of screwing out with you guys with those first things. The Russian anthem. That was fun. And then I just decided to keep going with it. Can you talk about... Hold on, I need to copy paste this. Because I can't read anything. Can you talk about the schedule at which new raids will be released and about limiting load distance like on Nost? Okay, so the schedule with raids. Tier 4 is currently available. Tier 5 is locked. When we determine that pretty much... I don't really know the number, but like I'd say a good estimate is 50%. When 50% of the guilds have cleared Tier 4, we'll basically be putting that as a timer. And then hopefully, basically a month to 2 months after, like most people have killed Nightbane, because I'm pretty sure Nightbane is going to be the gate, I would say. Either way, as soon as like Tier 4 is cleared, we're basically going to be like putting a month or 2 months after that, so people can catch up and everyone's kind of at the same place, but no one's like fully decked in Tier 7, or not Tier 7, that's Wrath. Tier 4, sitting there waiting for months on end, because that's not fun. you know, you're eventually gonna have to do cares and way more later when badges come back in, and I don't really think you guys need to do it more than you need to. Anyways, another question. Will you be scripting next? Can we go back for the nostalgia or what? If we have time in our development schedule, then we will be going back to vanilla raids. We won't necessarily be making them perfect like vanilla, but they'll be doable. And it all depends on how much time we have, right? In between releasing patches. Because if for some reason there's no bugs, let's say, if there's no bugs and we're done with the next schedule of things to do, then we have time, we'll go back and do it. But there's probably going to be bugs. There's always bugs. Every server has bugs. Don't expect perfectionism because it's an emulator. You're trying to emulate something. It's not the source. There's always going to be bugs. You fix one thing, sometimes another thing breaks, right? There's always going to be bugs. So there's probably always going to be something to do. Depends on how many developers we have, depends on how fast they work, depends on how complicated the things are that we have to fix, and depends on what we need to do for the next content release, you know. So I'm not saying no, that we'll never script max. Maybe we'll get around to it, maybe not. Who knows? As soon as one guild kills Nightbane, start the timer. Not necessarily. We're not doing it like as soon as someone clears every tier 4. It's more like if one guild cleared tier 4 and like 2 weeks later still no one has, well then that's not going to trigger the timer, what have you. You know, we're going to try and get a majority of the people to experience that content for a little bit before releasing the next thing. We don't want to rush through. What do you expect the population of the PvE and the PvP server to be? At first I thought the PvE server was going to be very underpopulated, similar to NOS situation, where it was like 2k, but then again, you have to consider with Nostalrius that the PvE server was opened a lot later than, what am I trying to say? A lot later than the PvP server. So that has a contribution to it because people didn't necessarily want to up and leave all their characters. I don't know if there was free transfers. I think there actually was. But either way, you have your established guild and everything's on PvP servers. Why would you pick up everything and go into this other server, right? So that had a contribution to why it was so low population. And again, inherently PvP servers are very more popular because it has a mix of both PvP and PvE, right? Everyone can enjoy themselves, whereas PvE servers are very limited for PvP players because they can't do world PvP very actively. That being said, I have seen a lot of people hyping, what have you, the PvE server, so it could be very even, or maybe even more on the PvE side. I don't know. I've heard that certain local celebrities within the community are planning on going on the PvE server, so they could bring big followings with them, you know. The stream's still up, right? Yeah, it's still up. Okay. It just, I don't know. I thought it looked frozen. Maybe I was talking to myself. Okay, I'm gonna grab some more questions here. I'm just gonna copy paste a bunch of stuff and read through them instead of trying to keep stopping from scrolling. Okay, can you release the % distribution of classes in each server about 1 week after release? We could work something on that. We could do that. Are you going to enforce using different chat channels for trading, looking for group guild? Otherwise, main chat channel will be too hard to read, so please consider it. Problem with having multiple official channels for communication, like guild recruitment, group recruitment, etc., is now you're spreading your mods out over multiple channels where they have to read all this stuff, and it's just hard to do. So having one channel that we are only moderating this one channel. If you want to create another server, or not server, and if you want to create another channel, go for it. But we're not going to moderate it, right? Having one localized thing is just easier. Yes, people will be spamming. We'll be really harping on spamming, so we'll be muting people if they're posting too often, and if they keep doing that, multiple offenses, you know, the mutes will get longer or potentially bans. Servers located in Russia. Are there any current worries about horror PvP pop over Alliance PvP? I'm guessing this is on the PvP server, which I think is called Amazon or Nile. I don't know. I didn't pay attention to the names. The PvP server, yes, there's always a worry because it seems that Horde PvP is more popular just because of the racials or some other reason that I'm not aware of. With that, if it's more than 60-40 is what the target number we're kind of looking at as. We're going to open up free transfers from the more populous side to the least. Only one way. You can't just transfer all your stuff over to the Alliance, and the Alliance can't transfer to the Horde. Back and forth, kind of blah blah blah. You know, and it'll only be open until the population is kind of normalized again, and then as needed. Next question. Will you be my girlfriend? Feels bad, man. No. I have 2 girlfriends. They're very active. They're actually right in front of my face right now, and now they're typing on the keyboard. Those are my girlfriends. And they're very exclusive. Will you release Epic Engineer goggles with BT like retail? Yes, those will be relaunched. Those will be released in patch 2.1. Both of the servers will be mixed in BGs, not at launch. We are planning to integrate cross-server, maybe later. Depends on other things. Where are the servers physically located? That's already been answered. What's your stance on the Horde Alliance ratio? I already answered that. What will you do about the economy of the servers? Having 4,000 people that need 1k gold to be attuned to Kara seems like a little bit of a problem starting out. Well, do quests. Quests are great. Do you know how much gold you get when you have a level 70 max rank doing like Netherstorm, Blade's Edge, all those quests? That's how I made my money on retail. That's how I got epic flying. Just do quests. And if you don't have any more quests to do, guess what? Do an instant 60. Make another character. Do quests. You don't even have to gear him up. Just do quests with it. Yeah, it might be boring, but it's good gold. Because there's not going to be that many dailies, right? If I play a dwarf priest, will I get free bread from the bread vendor in Ironforge? I don't know. I don't think that's a thing. Do you will ban arena win traders? Yes. Completely, all of them. Can you skip doing the starting quest and do it later? You can. You have to be level 1 to use the instant 60 or the level 1, I believe. Gotta take a shower, blah blah blah, spam, spam, spam. More spam. You guys are spamming. It's not good. Spam, less questions. What is the limit on dungeon resets per hour? That's like every other server, 5. Have you considered implementing dual spec for convenience? We considered it. It was decided against it. Can you say that the server will be good as Hellground in PvE scripting content? I did not play on Hellground, so I cannot say one way or another, because I have nothing to base it off of. Will the Fel Reaver be scripted properly? Yes. Will you incorporate Nastaria's source code when it gets released? If it gets released, because I've heard rumors that it's not getting released. If it's compatible and we see that we can use it to provide something for you guys that we're not able to offer, then we will try to attempt to use it. But it all depends on if it's compatible or not, right? Just because X server released their source code doesn't mean that Y server will be able to use it, right? The rewards you get for leveling 1 to 60, are they specifically for that character or account-wide? That character. What about the donations? I'm kind of worried they allow other players. I believe I already answered this. Vanity awards only. How many devs will you be recruiting? That is to be determined, and it's not really a quota or a number we're looking for. We're looking for competent, skilled devs who have the necessary qualifications that they should have. And they have ever dev'd before, they know what they need, right? And if they don't, well, then they list whatever they know in terms of programming languages and what kind of work they've dealt with before, and we'll make a decision, right? We're not totally opposed for teaching people, but it all depends on what we need and how much time we have. Is the 1 to 60 zone okay? Like, can one level up without encountering, you will likely encounter some bugs. I don't know what kind of state they will be in, but you'll be able to do it. Spam dem pre-60s. Have you ever had any stress tests so far? The problem with stress tests, you actually need people physically connecting to the server. You can't do a virtual one. It doesn't do anything, really. So we haven't had any opportunities where more than 100 people have ever logged onto the server. So it's kind of hard to do. Chest vent is working. I already answered that. 60 instant 60 will be temporary. We have not decided, because it's kind of, my opinion on it is it's unfair to the community as a whole to remove it after like a week. Because what if someone was on vacation, or even a month? You know, what if someone joins? Then they're stuck doing the whole thing. But either way, that will be determined later. Are mounts from donations going to give level 150 riding? Mounts do not give riding. Mounts require riding. You never get riding by getting a mount, with the exception of druids, because it's part of a quest. Although actually I think they have to purchase it. I never played a druid, don't quote me on that. Copying more questions. Okay, I already answered that. What will Paladin, Warlock player mounts that boost to 60? Will they get their epic mounts? I already answered that. They get the levels, the 40 or 30, whatever mount. They get the first one. How many dailies will there be at level 70? Well, let's consider there's no Skedis, there's no Ogre Law, you can't do the Netherwing, there's no Isle of Quel'Danas. There's not too many. There's some PvP ones, so yeah, there's not that many. You reduce the seasons to say 15 weeks instead of 20. Will you enhance the amount of points given every week to balance it out? Also, will there be cross-realm arena? I don't think we're going to be shortening the seasons. It's a matter of making sure that the seasons don't run too long. I don't think any servers ever run a season for too short. PlayTBC will transmog. No, there's no transmog. If we change the realm list, we will announce it, yes. How many doves? I already answered that. Is T-Morph add-on allowed? I don't know what T-Morph add-on is. Where to buy arrows for Hunter in Ogremar? Google it, man. You get arrows as part of the quest. You should be good for the first couple of quests or so. Who is answering questions? My name is Peanutbutter. I'm an administrator. You can see me on the forums. Why did you leave out necks, rings, and trinkets? Because the items we're giving you are like level 52 to 58-ish blues, and giving you a full set was too much. So by leaving out rings, necks, and trinkets, it just kind of balanced it without having to go back and find a bunch of other items. It just works better that way, and it kind of feels like you're not this super powerful character going into Instant 60, right? You're missing a lot of shit. You're not fully geared. You should feel like that. You should feel like it's a little bit of a struggle at first, you know? Just like how it was when you first got there and you were like leveling gear. It was crap. And you could barely do the first quest. But obviously you will be probably able to do the first quest. Will the first flying mount still be only the shitty 60%? Or will you buff it to 150%? I believe they did that in either Wrath or Kata. I don't know, but it's not going to happen. Who is talking? It's Peanutbutter. I already said that. If there's a flood of Chinese farmers like Nost, how will it be handled? If there's gold sellers, we'll ban them. That's all I can say. Please add legacy PvP titles. No, we're not going to do that. Will we be able to play with a dev or have one in our guild? You will likely not know who the devs are if they do play, or any of the GMs have actually kind of instructed all of them. If you find out, it's not the end of the world, but for conflict of interest reasons, we are trying to make sure that no one knows who we are. Basically. Because, yeah, conflict of interest. But we will be talking on GM and dev accounts and everything like that. Sometimes in world chat, you'll know we're there. It's not like we're not there. You just won't know who we are. If you reduce the seasons, already answered that. Stop spamming your questions, guys. I'll get to them eventually. If you donate for a mount, you can sell it at the auction house? No. How many people are registered? I don't know at this time, but it's more than 7,000, I can tell you that. It's probably closer to, I don't know, I would guess 15 or 20,000. I could be totally wrong. Who knows? Why don't you ban the Chinese? I already explained that. That's racism and you're profiling. Why don't I ban the, I don't know, insert other race here because of other X reason, you know? Why no Netherwing? Because they added the quest to complete that quest, to continue the quest line in 2.1. If you go and look at all the official WoW Blizzard patches, you'll find everything we removed is gone. Well, everything we removed that's gone was on the patch notes. That's what I'm trying to say, right? It's not like we arbitrarily chose to just be like, yeah, we don't want you guys to have daily quests. Speaking of druids, do you know whether Epic Flight Farm quest will be implemented on launch? Like I said, it's not going to be available to 2.1 because that's when it was available on retail. Servers up, I doubt that. He never looks at Skype, it's infuriating. I do. Sometimes. But you keep calling me in the middle of a stream, and that's what pisses me off. I'm just kidding. Do you want to be added to the call? Or do you want me to call you and you can be added to the stream? Actually, I don't know if that'll work. You'll come out over my speakers, and I think the mic will pick it up. Or no, it'll come... Yeah, it's default sound. It'll come through. Anyways. When is the server going to release? PvP is disabled at Amazon for the few days. I know that we were discussing that at one point. I don't know whether Riri chose to do that or not, but I would say no. Unless you've heard something specifically otherwise, I'd say no. Because it's a PvP server, right? Hail Chinese farmers. Hail. Can I get Scarab Lord? Not at this time. Mitch D. Trump can only make America great again. Putin makes the world of Warcraft great again. PogChamp. Okay. If you were to consider against consequently playing, therefore absolute, or go as far as to furthermore adjust because of compel. Oh God. Another one of these questions. You guys are too funny. I have about 2 hours before I need to get ready for work. Have you implemented dynamic respawn timers? Yes. Questing at the start will be shit without that. Yes, I agree. Don't spam your questions, please. James Bald, I'm looking at you. You spam the same question 4 times within the same one. Come on, guys. What punishment will you get if you buy gold? Permanent account ban. There's no question about it. You break the rules, you get banned. The NPC at the start zone who gives you to 16 items will be hard to interact with. No, we implemented a system where if you're standing next to the vendor or on top of him, he knocks you away. So no one can stand on top of him, no one can block him. So, yeah. It's actually quite fun if you just like keep running into them, they keep pushing you around. But yes, you should be able to actually get to the event, the NPCs. Is nether protection from Warlock fixed? I don't know what this is related to. I don't know what you're referring to that's wrong with it. I guess you got that graphics card fixed. Okay, will there be in-game events from GMs like hide and seek? Depends on the GM, depends on the time of day, depends on how far the server is, right? At the very beginning, likely no. Maybe towards the end of a patch before content is released? Maybe. You know, who knows? We'll see as time goes on. Will you release CG somewhat early? Like, I'd personally prefer unscripted CG just to do it for mounts. We'll look at it, because I do know that there's some, what's it called? Weapon mana oil or whatever that's supposedly best in slot, and some enchants for shoulders. So we'll look at it, but it's not available right now. Will you release, will there be garrisons on PlayTBC? Yep. You can garrison your bedroom, and you can lock the door, and you can scream at your mom to get you more chicken wings. Kappa. I assume there's been implemented some DDoS protection. Yes. I need more questions. You guys are great. Keep it up. Checking Skype. I know I keep ignoring you guys. Well, yeah, I could use headphones if you wanted, Ryan. I still only have my one speaker, because I destroyed one of my speakers a week ago and I haven't replaced it. So only one speaker works, and sometimes it's really weird on YouTube when a video will have like left and right audio, and it'll just be sitting there like this song sounds totally different. I should really get a new set of speakers, but I've been inside all the time working on the clients and the server. Do you have many admins from Nostalria? Some admin names have same as Nost players. As far as I know, we might have a couple moderators or GMs, but as far as developers or admins, no, because it's too soon. We might in the future, who knows. What are you looking forward to most personally in TVC? To see you guys enjoy the server. That's what I'm looking forward to most. And then eventually, when I have time, joining a good raiding guild and having some good fun. Killing some bosses, getting some loot, and doing spreadsheets, because I love spreadsheets. I will do spreadsheets for every single class I play, from scratch. I don't trust anybody else's spreadsheets. It's fun. How much delay will we have from Spain, France, UK? More or less. Probably not much more than the US ever had. So I wouldn't complain, because I have to deal with that. You should feel our pain. You should feel Australia's pain, because they've had it rough every single year on year. Will you implement training dummies in the near future? We've talked about this a little bit. We don't have a decision on it, final decision. It's not hard to do, but we don't know if we'll do it. Stand by for more information. What rep is required to get keys for heroics? That is revered, whatever the word is. Revered. Can you play some more Minesweeper? Not at this time. I'll probably play tomorrow. No, I'm just kidding. I won't play it. I'm bored of it, and I'm bad at it, like you guys saw. I didn't even win a game. Are the world PvP zones objectives working? Yes. Looking for group Hellfire Ramparts tank. Too bad, I'm a healer. Are tier 5 scripts done? Yes, but it's closed. We'll make sure before we open it that we go in there and check one last time. And we'll also be opening a PTR. Because why not, right? People want to get into that. They want to help us out. Then why not? Go headphones. I got 1 hour. Let's go. Okay. Putting on headphones. Alright, I'm calling you. Alright! Pick up. Oh, obviously there's a delay. My bad. And he doesn't pick up. Whatever. Moving on. Is there a server player cap? 3.5k at the point at this moment, like it's been said by many other people. 3k players watching the stream now. Really? 2.9. Yeah, you're right. Wow, keeps going up. Who's linking them this crap? How are they finding it? This is supposed to be secret. Super special stream. Please answer this poll. Oh, that's not for me. Make the world great again. Are there any questions, or am I skipping them over? It seems like a bunch of you guys are just commenting. Can you play some Tetris PogChamp? No. Merkins, Oz, can you even get revered doing normal dungeons? I don't remember, but you must have been able to get revered somehow, because that's how it was on retail, right? Do all the quests associated with that faction, and then do the dungeons, or do them in reverse order. I don't know. Whatever. You guys figure it out. It's not my job to help you get keys. Will you get profession skill equal to your starting level? No, you professionals will all start at 0. You will have to go learn them yourselves. This prevents already abusable stuff with Instant 60. Will you release? Already answered that. Already answered that. I'm an astronaut, and my next mission is Uranus. Well, good thing my butthole is prepared. Thoughts on Hitler? No comment. I just read that. You think you do, but I do. You guys are funny. Do you eat much peanut butter, and are you fat? I do eat peanut butter from time to time. Am I fat? No. My metabolism is still kicking, and it doesn't want to go away, and I can't gain weight. I'm actually very skinny. Like, unhealthily skinny. Will the quest in Hellfire give 20 gold at level 70? I don't know if it'll give 20 gold, but if you're level 70, the gold rewards from quests does increase. I don't know how much off the top of my head. Oh, now you're calling me. Hey, Ryan. Hello? Hello? Ryan?
Yeah, dude, I'm right here.
Okay. Mute your stream, because it's going to be confusing.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Will you ban or mute people that troll the Joel chat? We will mute them at first. If they persist, they'll be banned. What are Void VIP points used for? I don't know at this point. I don't even think we're doing full points, are we? I don't think so. Are Demon Hunters in? Yeah, Demon Hunters are in. Legion. Kappa. What is the realm list? We'll update that later. Your painted non-widescreen picture doesn't... I took this picture from the fan art from the website. It's not mine. It doesn't fit to my ratio aspect. There's a guide if you Google on how to do it, whatever. Kappa. That's all I see in chat right now.
What can I do for you?
Poor Pinata. I know. Poor me. Will you love me forever, baby? I will love you forever. Is there somewhere I can go for a list of answers for most of these questions, like a FAQ or something? Yes, there's a Q&A section on our forums, and there's also a most frequently asked questions or something, I forget what it's called, at the top of the forums. Most of the questions you can find in there. This is the 30th highest populated Twitch at this moment. Wow, really? Wow.
What's on your mind?
Do you start with Epic Mount? No. Make art in real life pictures thread on forums, please. You guys don't want to see me. I look hideous. I look like a girl. How do you like popular streamer Mitch Jones the Law? I don't know who that is. What is the server populating cap? 3.5. Who are you supporting in the general election? I'm Canadian. I don't vote in the American elections. To report a problem, can we do it in game, or if you have a problem, you can report it through a ticket. However, we would ask if you guys have the time to submit it to the bug tracker, and please give as much detail as possible, give screenshots, give videos, give examples of what it should do, etc. The more you submit, the less we have to do in terms of digging for information and wasting time looking up stuff, and we can actually fix the bugs, right? If your bug is clear and it's precise and everything's there, then we can fix it 5-10 minutes. If it's not, we have to go digging for information. It could take an hour to fix one bug that took 2 minutes of actual work in terms of like coding or database changes or whatever. Ryan's a Blizzard worker. What do you think about that, Ryan?
May the light embrace you.
That's true.
Yeah, he's also a CIA agent. So in patches throughout BC, like patch 2.1, there was constant nerfs to 5-man heroic dungeons, tier 4 content, tier 5 content. Are those nerfs going to be in the game? Whatever was in the game at patch 2.4.3 will be present in our game in terms of scripting and difficulty. We're not undoing anything. The reason being, if we undo one thing, we have to do everything, otherwise we're half-assing it. And also there's not that much information out there, so a lot of servers that do unnerf or do pre-nerf have to do a lot of testing and custom tuning to try and match what videos we're outputting from the time. And it's not really, oh, undo this change, easy enough. It's a lot of work to really do that, and it takes a lot of time to do it, and that's why Corecraft takes so long. It's because doing those things takes a lot of time, and ground and legwork. Shard, is that you? I don't know who Shard is. The heroic keys require honored only. It was the helm and chance that required revered. Is going to be the case in patch. I don't remember what number, 2.1 or 2.4 or something. They reduced the required honor, or required reputation to honored. Before that, it was revered, and that's why it's such on the server.
See, guys, most of your questions are being answered on the forums, just so you know. So I should just suggest you take a peek there before you ask a question, so we don't bother Peanut all too much, right?
Agreed. You think that you do, but you don't. Come on, stop telling me this. I've already shown that video way too many times tonight. People are mad. I heard Nope is all cute boys. I think that's a guild from Nostalgius. I don't know. What is up with the website? Try refreshing it with Control and Alt F4 or Alt F5 or whatever the refresh button is. I forget. Is there a Discord group for PlayTBC? Yes, it was set up by some of the members of our community. It's on the forums. Stop asking them the same retarded questions. Yeah. Would you prefer popular Twitch streamers not attract too much attention to your server? I'm not going to tell people to not stream our server. They can do what they want, right? It's within their own interest to stream it. It's their right to do it, right? I'm not going to tell them what to do or not. They can do whatever they want, right? If they feel that they're helping the server by doing it, or they're doing something for personal gain, then do it. Are vanilla instances disabled? No, 5-mans and 10-mans are not disabled. 10-mans meaning Upper Blackrock Spire. I can't see links, so if you're asking me about questions about a specific link, I don't see it. It just says deleted. It goes automatically. It's a setting for this account. Are you afraid of being sued by Blizzard? Who isn't? Like, Blizzard could sue you for playing on a private server. I'm sure they could manage to do that. They have the money. They just don't want to because it's too much time and effort. Everyone should be worried about Blizzard. Blizzard's Skynet, actually. Is Arthas fully scripted? Arthas one-shots everybody and you'll never be able to kill him. Getting more questions. Horde versus Alliance poll. Please tell me where I can find the client. I've already discussed that. Ask some people or look around. What is 300 3,546.36 plus 573.6. Probably about as much as one of your parents weighs. I'm not going to say which one. Kappa. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon here. Will we be able to play today or just go to sleep? You will likely be able to play, I think. It's 5 o'clock in the morning for me. Jeez, I have about an hour and a half. Keep the questions coming, guys, but remember not to spam. And try and limit your questions to things that you couldn't find in the forums. Will the Hunter BM rotation macro work? I don't know what macro you're talking about. I don't play Hunter. PlayTBC, exactly how long until you release? Sometime today, not saying when. Will every raid member need the master's key for Karazhan? Yes, you will have to all have that key to enter the dungeon. Or instance, whatever. Are you afraid of being... You already asked this. Come on, stop spamming, Zacchaeus. All you guys are spamming the same thing. And it's not cool. I don't appreciate it, guys. If I've answered your question, stop spamming. If I haven't answered your question, stop spamming. I'll get to it. If you had to pick a single piece of the server to be most proud about, what is it? Personally, I'm proud about how basically one particular thing. I don't know. I can't say. There's a lot of things I'm proud of. Not one in particular. Maybe this stream. This is really successful and I like it. It's one of the highlights of my time spent with this project. Who will get server first? Nope or Dream State? None of them. I'm going to get server first. I'm already server first. You guys already lost. Too bad. What about the talents? All of them work correctly. As far as I know, yes. Planning to move to a Wrathlich King distant future? Maybe. Depends on how this project goes. Peanut butter, will hoser be a bannable word? What's a hoser? Do you know, Ryan?
Sorry?
Do you know what a hoser is?
No, I'm afraid not.
Okay, I don't know what that is. I think it's an insult, but I don't know. Might be a European thing.
Might be.
How do you feel about Trump? Again, I don't live in the States. I'm not going to give my opinion. Do you give infinite number of 60 boosts or a set amount? Only one per character. That's the only limitation. When do you raid RSDs reset? As of right now, they reset Tuesday at 6 o'clock in the morning server time. So if you're North American, Monday night, sometime around 10 or whatever. If you donate for a specific amount, will you get the writing skill for said amount? No. If you were to consider what looking forward to... This question again. Gosh damn it. You get me every single time. Stop asking it. Best 2 comps with Holly Pally. I don't know. I don't PvP. Probably... I don't know. Boomkin. Try it. Maybe it'll work. Are you a cute boy, Peanut Butter? I already answered that. I'm ugly as fuck. Can you still do the low-level quest for rep if you boost to 60? Which low-level quests? Like, just normal quests? Yeah. Like, it doesn't disable your quests. Oh, okay, I think I know what you mean. You mean the instant one. Or not the instant one, but the 1 to 60 traditional path. No, you can't. You choose one or the other. If that was your question, I'm not sure. You think you do, but you don't. Spam broke back.
Spam broke back.
Yeah, someone's posted that. Where is the server located? We've already said that. Russia. Excuse me. Burp. Are you guys planning on doing Wrath? I already answered that. How long have you worked on this project? Me specifically? Since December. Is Hunter... I already answered that. Boomkin in TBC, not like this. West Canada. Why is engineering helmets removed? They were added with 2.1. 2.1 does not equal launch. 2.0.3 was the launch patch. Will Wind Fury 5 plus 5 work for enhancement shamans, or do you have a lower rank? I don't. What's 5 plus 5? I don't play a shaman. Is that rank? Rank 5? I don't know. Oh, are you... I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe you can explain it a bit more. Again, I don't play shaman. I play healers. Ask me healer questions. I'll answer you. Ask me all about Holy Priest. Holy Priest, Shadow Priest. Those are my mains. He sounds like Sonny D. Sonny D? Sony D? Sonny D? I don't know what that is. Will Alliance Retribution Paladins have Seal of the Martyr? Is that the equivalent to the Blood Elf one? If so, yes. If so, no. They will not. And I already answered that. If a train leaves Ottawa at 5 p.m. and a train leaves Vancouver at 2:30 a.m., how long until Blizzard thinks you do, but you don't? Good one. Good one, man. Will you make the Bernie Crusade server and have Bernie Sanders roleplay Illidan? Only if you feel the burn. Mitch Jones, waiting room, something. Will there be an official announcement on Twitch when the servers do go live? There will be a countdown stream. I don't know when, but it's not going to be hosted by me. It's going to be hosted by someone else. Are the respawn timers on launch going to be quick for launching? There's going to be dynamic respawn. I've already answered that. The respawn timers on launch. I already answered that. Do you have Soda Pop? Do you like Soda Pop? And do you think his advertising of Nestarius eventually brought it down? No comment. Will Alliance Retribution Paladins? I already answered that. When is TBC live? Will escort quest work as official or automatic done? Well, escort quests will have to be done. They're not auto acceptable finished things. We're not doing that. The time where I am is 8 in the evening. Will I be able to play today Bible Thump? I don't know what Bible Thump is, but sure. You can play your Bible Thump. No, they really
Bible Thump is a crying face. Twitch face.
Oh. I'm new to Twitch. I don't really stream. Or watch streams, that is, either. Will you add Dragon Souls? Just like Nost added Nax. Like, what the fuck? Nax is Wrath of the Lich King content. Funny comment. Funny comment. How fast could you be able to rack to the 3,500 cap if you have an overflow of people on launch day? 3,500 cap means that at 3,500 players connected to the server, everyone else will be put into a queue. It doesn't mean that there won't be able to connect or anything. It won't be like people are kicked off, right? So any overflow will just go into a queue. Unless we increase that capacity, the ceiling. Why won't you do a poll? There are polls. Will monopolizing certain gatherable items be bannable? We're not influencing the economy. The economy is community driven. The entire raid need, as long as it's within the term service. That's what I'm going to say, right? The entire raid needs key. What are you doing? How are poisons, lockpicking going to work with these? I already said that. You get poisons, lockpicking you will not. Do hunter pets are correctly scripted? Yes, they work. I think I have my download. Something. How is living in the 51st state of the U.S.? It's great. I still have health care for free. My dollar sucks, but it's getting better. But you guys could help out with that, you know? But then again, I have lots of water and other natural resources, so I don't know. I mean, I like it up here. And we can always secede if someone that we don't like does get the presidency. Feel the burn. Do you have DDoS protection? Did you reserve the beta tester names? Yes, we did. Crying faces? Why are there so many crying faces? What did I say?
That's Bible Thump. I'm just showing you.
Oh. Thanks, guys. I'm a noob. How are S priests and raid DPS? S priests are amazing. I was an S priest, and they might not be the best DPS, but they're amazing, and everyone wants one, and you always feel loved. So yeah, play an S priest. We'll see if you can beat my DPS. Will you be making the website's font size a bit bigger? Yeah, we will. Unless you want it to be small. I mean, we can make it smaller. If ants can read it, then you can probably read it, right? What is this? Font for ants? Russian. I don't read Russian, sorry. Although, I do like the Russian national anthem. Kappa. What do people start with at level 60? I've already said that. Armor, so that's your head, shoulders, chest, knees and toes, you know, all that stuff. Weapons. You think you do, but you don't, Kappa. The world's slowest website, vanilla waiting room. What? You guys aren't asking questions, you're just like spamming random shit. None of these are good questions. And I've answered half these questions already before, you know? Like, we demand answers does Warlock have to do the epic mount quest? I already answered that like an hour ago. Come on, guys. Come on. Yes, they do. If you want that mount, you gotta do it. Otherwise, buy a mount. When we boost a character to level 60, will we have to walk to the dark portal from our start zone, or do we get a TP? Alliance will get a TP option to Netherguard Keep, Horde will go to Stoneyard, and then Pandas will go back to where they belong, in the garbage.
Be good.
That's my personal opinion. Will the server have plenty of vodka? Yes. Vodka is the standard currency based on the fact that we are hosting in Russia. So make sure you have lots of vodka stored. Show us pulling a mob down a steep hill. Didn't we release a video of mob passing and charging and everything? I thought we did. I don't know. It was talked about a lot, but I never got around to it. Too busy. What will you do if one server is way more populated than the other? If it's to the point where one server is almost unplayable and it's like less than, I don't know what would be a good number, would be like, but just off the top of my head, like less than 500 max, like during peak times, then we would probably merge the servers. Unless there's a outcry against that from the 500 or so people, you know. If they like it like that, then we'll leave it, right? Or we'll offer free transfers to the more populated server, or vice versa, or something. We'll figure it out, right? Did someone say Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker? Yes, I just did that. What the fuck is this? What is PlayTBC, and what do I think I do, but I don't? Are you new, mate? I would do some research. You're missing out on a lot of fun.
If 3.5k players connect to the server, how many players will be connected to the server? Oh.
I don't know. That's basic math. Where's Mancrack's wife? Somewhere in the Barrens. Probably, unless she died. Spoiler. What platform should we watch for the launch announcement? Twitter? All of them. Look for all of them. You know, support us. Gotta get that out there. Alliance, we're outnumbered. Maybe, maybe not. You won't know until release. They ask about chess event if it works. Chess event works. It does. I did it. It was pretty fun.
Will it be possible to increase the player cap of a server rather than creating a new server? Yes, we will be able to increase the player cap if need be. We can go to up to over 10,000 players each realm if needed.
What pet do hunters get when they start? They don't get a pet. How are we supposed to know what kind of pet you want? Do you want a boar? Do you want a cat? Do you want a bear? You know, go tame your own pet. We can't give you a pet because everyone wants different pets. Dragonhawks, all this stuff, right? How much ammo does hunters start off with? I can't remember off the top of my head. I think they get 8 stacks or something like that. Enough to do the first quest, and you'll get money and you can buy more arrows. Don't worry. You won't run out. And don't worry, we made sure that hunters can use the weapon that we provide them with. Are you prepared for the launch of the server? According to Illidan, I'm not prepared. So, there's your answer. Better increase server cap already. It's nuts. Yeah, well, it's launch day. Things will settle out. You know, obviously you have European population, Asian, and US to group them into 3 big ones, right? So you're not going to have everyone connecting all the time for the next year. At launch is probably going to be more inflated than it would normally. 60 boosts is 1 per IP? No, 60 boosts is not restricted to IP because there's so many ways to get around IP. You could reset your router, you could use a VPN, etc., etc. There's no point to try and block IPs. The only way you could actually block someone is somehow to get their MAC address, but I don't know how you would do that. I don't think it's possible.
Are we going to implement transfers from Nostalrius? No, we are not.
Will we have all flypath once we use the Instant 60 feature? No, you'll have to go and find them all. Congratulations, but you have a 60% mount. Figure it like this. You can think like you're doing the achievement for exploration, except you don't get an achievement. Are there some areas in WoW with little to no music at random times? Did the development team think about adding music or new music to them? We're not going to add new music, but I don't think we change anything. Will it be possible to swim from Azeroth to Outland? If you train for the Olympics, maybe, but no.
How long time before T5 content gets released? Well, we plan to release this like.
No, because Tier 5 was released at start with Tier 4 open, but there was attunements. We'll likely release Tier 5 a month to 2 months after most people have done Tier 4, give or take. It's not like you're going to be sitting in Tier 4 for months on end. You're not going to be like best in slot, unless your guild specifically gave you all the loot. You know, but it's not like you're going to be rocking into Tier 5 with best in slot Tier 4 on every slot. Excuse my burps.
There we go.
You are not prepared. You think you are, but you're not.
Will you be able to reserve names? No, you will not.
Will Warlocks start with Soul Shard Bag? I think we gave it to them. I can look it up right now. 1 sec. I don't think we did. I think we just gave them 8 slot bags. Everyone gets 8 slot bags that are buy non pickup and not sellable. What's a PogChamp? Is that another Twitter, or not Twitter, Twitch thing?
Emote, yeah. Just a bunch of emotes.
How will prevent people from making characters just to sell their gear and send it to their main? It's all, well, I don't think it's all buy non pickup, but either way, it's all not disenchantable. You can't disenchant any of the items we provide you, and they all sell for 1 copper. So good luck making 15 copper off each character and sending it to your main. I'll applaud you if you do that. Also watch. I'll bring popcorn. How will I be able to play with 2.4.3 client? Yes, there are no patches required for this server as long as you have a 2.4.3 client and you can connect to the realm list. How many people will get rank 1 in arena? Is it just percent? Blizzard had the top 0.5%, so we'll probably go with that unless we determine that it's either really over flooded and 0.5% would be a lot of teams, or on the opposite scale, if there's not that many teams, then we're not going to award, a lot of people with the title. How's everyone doing? 3.1k. Holy crap, you guys keep multiplying. Stop doing it like rabbits. Didn't you guys watch the video? Don't go to Goldshire. That place is not good.
Well, mages have all portals learned at 60. You'll have all the abilities after level 60 learned.
Yes. Fix the timer, please. Oops. What's the time now? What time is it in Europe?
It's about... Depends on where the hell you are.
Where are you? You're in
It's
GMT, right?
it's 1:30 in England.
In the afternoon, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sort of updated. How many people already answered that? Will people be able to see exact HP values for enemies, or will it be in a percent like it was patch 2.3.0 and before? I don't know. Actually, I think I can see values on my mods when I was looking at stuff. I don't know. I think it's valued. Yeah, I think you can see values. I wasn't really paying attention to it for the most part. Is Nasher Bump scripted like retail? What the hell's Nasher Bump? Is that a League thing? League of Legends? Do you start with Echo Mount? We've already answered that. Will you kiss my tip? No. 50 copper is a lot. No, it's not. What is your coding background? How long have you been working C++ and other stuff? I already mentioned I'm not a server-side client. It's not client, but server-side developer. I'm a database developer. So my knowledge is with SQL. Is an official download link? Nope. Will you have all the flight paths? Nope. Our Paladin Warlock Mount quest is properly scripted. Yes, I believe so. Can I still call people of the opposite faction by racist, homophobic, or sexist names? I don't think they can read what you're saying. But no. Russian, I don't read it. Does Summoning Stone work? Yes. Will the Instant 60 script port you closer to Outland? I already answered that. You'll get to the Blasted Lands, Netherwing Keep, or Netherguard Keep if you're Lance Stoneheart if you're Horde. I like tomatoes. Will you ban all Chinese IPs? No. Can we expect any broken talents at launch? No, not to our knowledge. Then again, there's bugs, like we said. Who knows? Especially with us having to revert to earlier builds. Some things that we thought were fixed could not be fixed. How many bugs, quests, and Outlands? I don't know a number off the top of my head. We fixed majority of the ones that were reported to us. Will you have all flight paths? Already answered that. Where the server's located? Already answered that. Hunters get a quiver for 1 slot and bags. I believe they get bags and quiver, yes. Are you sponsored with financial support during these years of development? The server has been supported from the staff up to this point. I will be handling professions with people starting at level 60. You'll have to start your own professions from level 1. If you reserved a name for ourselves, will it be reserved on both servers? Yes, that's for the beta testers only. Will you still have the rating requirements for shoulders, heads, or weapons in arena in Season 1? Yes. We have decided to make Season 1 more competitive than what we felt it was on retail. So one of the few changes we actually made to the game. So Season 1 will have Season 4 ratings, with the exception of weapons, which will be 1800. So that's for legs 1550, chest I think is 1600, helm is 1700, weapons 1800, and shoulders 2200. Because shoulders are more of like a show-off piece, and they don't really do too much. That being said, there's also Season 0 in the game, so it's not like you're totally screwed out of PvP here. I read Riri is planning to gank the fuck out of every beta tester. Is this true? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I don't think like him. Summoning Stones, already answered that. Hunter Quiver, already answered that. Guys, a lot of these things are already answered. And I'm copying, when I go to get new questions, I'm copying from the most recent stuff. So it's not like you guys are like, oh, he didn't answer the question yet. I answered the question. You guys just aren't listening or paying attention, I guess. Or you're spamming the same thing over and over again because you just want me to see your name. I don't know what's going on. Why is it not a fixed time that we're releasing? I already answered this, but it's because we want to try and spread out the number of people who are trying to log in and access the login server to avoid crashes. Sorry, just tuned in. Is Ghostcrawler going to be balancing PvP again? I don't believe Ghostcrawler is involved, at least not to my knowledge. Who knows? Okay. Forzengasm? Is that another Twitch thing?
Forsen. Yeah, I think so.
0 to 3 to 0 to 7 hours. What is that kind of timer? It's not a timer, it's an estimate. It's a block, a window. It's going to be probably up sometime during that time. You won't know the exact time. Your shamans start with all 4 totems in their bag. Yes, these questions are answered on our Q&As and our server common question thread, whatever it's called. Guys, please go there. There will be a ladder for arenas on the website. Yes. I just got here. Can I use Kronos client? No, that's a vanilla client, unless you patch it up. Servers host in Ukraine is better than Russia. Serbia strong. Will classes start with any types of reagents for their spells, like Rune of Portals? No. You'll have to buy those. Will the keys for hardcore heroics be revered? Yes. Again, I've answered this now 4 or 5 times. Come on, guys. It's also a Q&A common question, so I understand people are tuning in at later times and they may not have heard of stuff, but try and ask around or go look for the answers. I don't speak Russian. Again, people keep posting stuff in Russian. How does the hunter starting situation in regards to pet food, ammo bags? You will get quiver and arrows, and you will get the ability to tame pet and all that stuff and teach your pet growl, and then you can go farm and get food yourself. Well, shamans
Will you
have
shut down the server if you receive a cease and desist letter from Blizzard? No, we would not.
Will you have rank 1 spells when boosted? You'll have the spells that a normal level 60 would have at level 60. So if that's rank 6 for a certain spell, it's rank 6. If it's rank 3, it's rank 3, you know? Does the STV fishing contest work? Yes. Could you limit one country connect at a time to lower the road? No. We're not going to limit that and favor one place or another. What city in Russia will we be hosting it? Not going to say. Is the server release time estimated? No. It's not estimated. We know when we're going to release it. We're just trying to keep it on the DL so not everyone's connecting at the same time. No druids need to do quest for forms at instance 60. I don't think there was a quest for normal druid flying. You just have to have the riding skill. I don't think it's at 60 either. I think you get it at 68. I'm not sure. I don't play a druid. What class will you be maining? If I play, I'll play a priest probably, but that's far down the road. Will guilds known from the forum have dibs on their names? Nope. You'll have to fight for them, and we're not going to do anything if someone snatches your name. You know, it's the nature of the beast, right? Are the items you get as start gear sellable? Yes, for 1 copper. Have fun. I know you don't give instant 70, but I was hoping you'd do an exception for me. No. Also, I can't see your link. If you link something, it gets deleted. Will we still have to pay to unlock our abilities as we level up, or unlocked automatically? For the 1 to 60 path, you'll still have to buy all your abilities, because you'll be making golds, and you'll actually get into Outlands with lots of golds. It's not like you're going to be poor as hell.
We'll have to pay for the 60 to 70 as well, though.
Correct.
Just drop in there.
Answer more questions and less complaining about questions. I mean, it's not complaining, it's trying to limit the amount of repeat questions I get. And things like this that I just read, Tokum 7, that grab my attention, I read it, and it wastes my time to get to other questions. So just ask me questions. Don't complain. You know?
Questions regarding the realm list. It is yet to be decided or yet to be announced, the realm list. The current realm list that's up on the website is for the beta realm, which none of you has access to, so there's no need to spread that realm list anyway.
You could play brain power.
Your goal
Any
is
chance I
welcome.
see... what happens if I get stuck in game? You can use the auto when stuck. If that doesn't work, submit a
The
ticket.
reckoning is at hand.
Do Mage, Blank, and Warrior's Charge ever fall under the map? No, they should not. We've tested this thoroughly. If so, do they die, or they just... If it does ever happen, you should die and get to the nearest graveyard. But it should. Am I able to use... And if you don't, submit a ticket, obviously. Will you get epic... Will the upgradable epic weapon recipes... Are you talking about the ones from Tier 5? Then no. Could GMs sometimes do random fun stuff inside the server? Just like spawning random boss to random locations. Probably not to that extent, but we might do some things. Will we be able to explore zones like Highjaw or get outside of instances like Den Mines without being banned?
Oh, you will get banned.
Whatever he said. Yes. I was having a brain fart. Is it possible to do vanilla dungeons? Yes. Dungeons, not raids. If you delete a character, does that name become available? Yes. As long as it's not on the names that aren't allowed, like, you know, list that Blizzard default generated. Your voice is sexy ? No, it's not. Any character name policy, or can we keep it within terms of service and keep it nice? Don't, you know, think of it as if your great-grandmother was standing over your shoulder and reading what you were writing as your character name. And if your great-grandmother was super hardcore, then someone else, you know, the Pope. If that does happen, where you make a name and it becomes a problem, or we notice it, we'll flag you for a name change, or depending on how severe it is, just potentially ban you. So, wouldn't risk it. Is the Hearthstone set to capital city when you create a level 60? No. You have to set it yourself. Oh, my throat is so dry. What kind of gear do we start with? Again, I've already mentioned it. You start with armor and weapons. You don't start with trinkets, rings, neck, or back. And they're all level 52 to 58-ish blues. When will be the first arena points flush date time? When we decide to start the arena. Could be probably 2 weeks or so after launch. We'll see.
When will be? Oh,
Do you think it's worth it to start from level 1 for the bonuses? There's not only bonuses, but that bag is pretty nice. So if it's worth it to you, then go for it. If you want to do the 1 to 60, go for it.
that tablet is pretty nice as well.
That too.
I'd go for it.
What's the population difference to be expected between PvP and PvE server? Who knows? Only time will tell. You could maybe judge it off of what people are saying, but who knows?
Weapon skills using the instant 60 feature will all be bumped up to 300. So you don't have to run around hitting for one and missing.
Good fortune.
What's the starting gold with instant level 60? 0 gold, 0 copper, 0 silver. You don't get anything. Any plans to remove instant 60? We'll discuss it at a later point. What about professions and mounts? You get 0 professions, you get a level 40, the first ground mount, whatever that is, 75 riding. I forget the name of it, journeyman riding, I think it is. Will you tune the bosses if everyone breezes through the content? Unlikely. What can we expect from the donation shop? Vanity items. Nothing that's going to be pay to win. Nothing that will let you progress in the game. Mounts, tabards, pets. Things that weren't available in game. Trading card, mostly.
Hello.
Will this... will word bosses be of Outland be available at launch? Yes, both of them will be available at launch. Both of them being Doomlord Kazak and Doomwalker. Will I get banned for saying star 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 try hard? I don't know what you said. There's a filter on this account. I don't see the swear words.
If you have questions regarding reusing Nostalria's core to implement to our core to fix the nail content, it's not possible because we're using different cores. You might be able to grab some scripts to an extent, but we won't be able to merge the cores at all. Have you done anything to stand against DDoSers? Yeah, we have systems to prevent those kind of attacks.
Okay, can you take over the questions? I have to do something. I'll mute my microphone.
Yeah. No worries. Can I create a character named Illidan? Yeah, I don't see why not. Can I bot my way to 70? No, you cannot use bots. We are closely monitoring what's going on in game world, so if you're using a bot, you will be most likely banned. Do we have to buy all the spells when using the instance 60? No, you will not. You will be able to. You will get all the abilities at level 60. The abilities are balanced at 2.4.3 patch. Can you please add garrisons? No. Dailies will be implemented. Is PvP enabled at launch? Yes, it will be enabled. At least on the PvP realm. On the PvE realm, not so much. At least not world PvP. Multi-boxing is allowed to an extent. You're allowed to alt-tab between the clients. So one key click is one key click on each client. Will there be pet battles? No, there will not be pet battles. The website is up. Try clearing your cache and, or using another browser and you'll be able to access it.
What's on your mind? Interest ya na pint?
Is it okay to sell nudes? Yeah, but only to me. Can we play Demon Hunter? No, you'll have to buy a Legion. Do you know how Vanish works, like preventing spells from hitting you if you time it correctly? Yes, it's working as intended. It will prevent spells from hitting you if you time it correctly. Does 60 boost come along with a 100% mount? No, it will not. It will come with a 60% mount. Is mob tagging allowed? Yes, it is. Is account sharing banned? No, it's a legal matter. At least for now. Until we change our minds and ban your asses. Death Knights are not implemented. You will not get your own garrison. Sorry if I sound angry. I'm not trying to sound angry, and I'm not angry. This is my voice. The boss fights in Karasan are probably script. Yes, they are. Is Nax out? No, Nax is not out. If you donate for 100% mount, you will not get the riding skill. You have to buy the riding skill. I'd love to play some Minesweeper for you guys, but it's Peanutbutter that's streaming, so I won't be able to, I'm sorry. You're able to do as many 1 to 60 boosts as you'd like. They won't be restricted to 1 per account, as you'll be able to make multiple accounts if you'd like to. You can donate for nudes. I'll send you as many as you'd like. Transfers between realms will not be implemented at first. It's only if we feel like one of the realms are going under, so to say. You'll be able to get a free transfer to the other realm. We're not using Trinity Core and we're not using Mangoes, so neither. About the nodes, how long is your schlong? Long enough. You'll be pleased to see. Where do we download the client? I'm sure you can use Google to find our client. You're looking for the 2.4.3 client to play on our server. What's your motivation behind this? Profit. No, we're not looking for any profit to be made. We're only loving the TBC content of the game, which is why we do what we do. Is there any punishment for ganking people? No, there won't be any punishment for ganking people. Will quests be available in Azeroth? Yeah, they will be available. The raids are mostly stock and will be closed at launch, but the quests are working. The server is located in Russia. PvP won't be disabled in the PvP realm. There is no pay to win. Donations are only for vanity items, tabards, pets, and stuff like that. Rogues start with poison leveled. Yeah, they do. Yeah, you do not start with epic mounts. You start with a 60% mount. The realm list will change upon release. Yes, it will. The current realm that's stated on the website is set for the beta realm, which you do not have access to. There is no XP boost. You will level with ×1 race. You will not be able to play a Worgen or Goblins. The release is set to be on the 14th of April. So today, European time. The server stability at launch is good. We have a stable machine that can hold up to tens of thousands of players. So the stability is no problem. We'll have to see for ourselves, of course, after launch. We will hold the cap to 3.5k to start, to see how the stability goes, and up it afterwards if need be. We have our own timeline, but I'm pretty sure we'll follow it on both realms simultaneously, depending, I guess, how the guilds will manage through the content. The web server should be up. Try clearing your cache if you're not able to access it. We got a few systems to prevent hacking. I think 3 systems to prevent hacking, so there shouldn't be any kind of hacking or cheating occurring on the server. Are we allowed to make 2 accounts and play them simultaneously? Yes, you are. You are allowed to alt-tab between the clients and the accounts. The cap is for 3.5k each realm, each server, not for both of them in total. The server is going to be released at patch 2.0. You will be able to sell the boosted 60 gear, but only for one cover. We will be enforcing English language on the official channels in-game. You'll be able to use the 60 boost infinite amount of times. We might change that in the future. We will release the game at a 2.0 patch, but you will need the 2.4.3 client to play the game. You will not have any fly paths when you start your character. Is the 60 boost free completely? Yes, it's free. Are you able to connect through a VPN? Yes, for now you are. We might change that in the future, but currently yes. Can we add a custom raid where the bosses are corrupted Blizzard developers? Yeah, it's possible, but we probably won't do that, no. Are you going to have a store? Yes, we will have a store. You'll be able to buy vanity items such as tablets and pets. Trading card game items only. And guys, we do have a frequently asked questions topic on our forums. Please read that through before you ask your question, because there's a high possibility that it's already answered. When will you be releasing the server? It's going to be released today. Is the website down? No, it's not. Try clearing your cache using another browser. Can you get spectral taggers? Yes, you can. We'll be offering them, but for a very high price. So it will still be a rare item to have. If I make a Horde character on the server, can't I make any Alliance characters then? Not on the same account. You'll still be able to create 2 accounts separately to play both factions. You will never release Quel'Dana's Badge of Justice item. We will, but in a later patch. What price we talking for the Spectrals? Well, I was thinking about $1,000, maybe 600, maybe lowering. I don't know. It's to be announced, but it'll be rare. You won't be seeing many tigers running around. Where does your accent come from? I'm originally from Australia, but I moved to England and I've been living everywhere. The difficulty of dungeons and raids will be set to 2.4.3 difficulty. The frequently asked questions are located on the forums. The server is located in Russia. The Black Raji battle mount is not able to buy, no. The Alliance versus Horde ratio, yeah. As it looks now, the Horde will be more populated than the Alliance side. We're trying to get more people to roll Alliance. We can't be offering them any sort of bonus items to go Alliance. The thing we can do though is offering them quicker PvP queues, but that's about it. If we see that the Horde is overpopulating the Alliance side by a lot, we're implementing free transfers, so the Horde players can change factions. You're able to use the T-Morph. The longer you wait to open it, the more chance of a failed launch. Should have opened with 1K viewers. No. We are opening the server when we feel like opening it. When we reach our set time today, we'll open it. Not because anyone wants to play it now. The engineering goggles, I don't think they're going to be implemented at launch. I think they were able to achieve getting them at a later patch. Multiboxing, meaning controlling more than one character at once, is not allowed. It's a bannable offense. How will you announce the new Realm Mist? We'll announce it through different platforms, website, Twitter, Facebook, possibly this stream as well, we'll see. Will there be an online armory to track gear? Yeah, we will try to implement such a thing.
Hey there.
Might not be there at launch, but we'll
See you around.
implement it.
The Legion will fall.
Is Recruit a Friend available? No, it is not. Or at least not the features you receive by recruiting a friend, but you're very welcome to recruit a friend. Password recovery is working on your side, on our side. Yeah, it is. Have you spoken to the Nostalgia's crew about what? Exactly. How long do you think it will take Blizzard to sue you guys? I don't know. It's a hard question. Whenever they feel like it, I suppose. So with difficulty set to 2.4.3, does that mean the heroics work, for example, are less harder compared to the TBC launch version? Less harder to an extent. They're not very less harder, not at all, but might be a little bit easier. You'll still fight to accomplish them, so shouldn't be worried about that. There was a big nerf coming in the 3.0 patch. That's the one you're referring to. Blinking through the ground and charging through the ground or through walls and stuff are not going to happen 99% of the cases. 99.9 even. What rewards come with not using the Instant 60 feature? You receive a bag, a 32 slot bag, I think. A tabard of the Protector, and a pet, I think. It's the one of the Tyrell's Hill, the Diablo circling. One of them, I believe. How does Vanish work? It works as intended. You ever decided disabling PvP at launch in Hellfire? We will not be disabling PvP at launch in Hellfire, at least not on the PvP realm. The PvE realm will not have world PvP, so if you don't want PvP, you can go on the PvE realm. If you choose a Paladin and you choose the Way of the Holy, you will receive a Holy Gear, yeah. The Instant 60 quest gives you options to choose between Retribution, Protection and Holy, so you'll be able to choose what kind of gear you'd like to start with, not only for Paladins, but for every class. So you'll be able to choose a lot of different gears. What's to stop us sending the non-instant 60 rewards to our instant 60 character? Well, it's bind on picked up, so you won't be able to. What are you going to do about gold farmers? We will ban them. How does Vanish interact with incoming spells? Well, if you time it correctly, you'll the spell won't hit you. Is there a way to get from the start sign to Outlands? If you're referring to leveling 1 to 70, I guess you go through Dark Portal. And well, every way you get through the Dark Portal to Outlands. The Instant 60 feature will teleport you to either Netherguard Keep or Stormguard, I think it's called, and you'll have to run to the portal. Will you get the ranks for talented skills like Mindplay when going Insta 60? No, I don't think we implemented that. You'll have to learn it at the trainer. So hopefully Peanut is back soon, because I have to go to work in a second. Can we delete Azeroth to increase world PvP in Outland? No. Am I able to just start leveling without doing the 1 or 60 choice and decide at a later point? Yeah, you will be able to.
I'm back.
Oh, it's nice.
Yeah, oh, really never left. I just have to do some stuff for Damien.
No worries.
Okay,
I won't be able to answer a lot.
Yeah, you're going to work soon. I have to get ready for work soon.
Alright, so guess we'll have to stop with this Q&A and maybe some other can take over the stream.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who's doing the countdown thing. The actual countdown. I think it was Nario, but I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Perhaps Nario can take over eventually.
Did I add him? Yeah, I think I added him to Skype. No. Yeah, I think I did. I think this is him. Yeah, that's him. He just never accepted it. So either he's not online or Well, let's see who can take over for us. Frizity's not available. Rara is doing stuff.
We implemented the cap, the 3.5k cap, because we wanted to be sure that the server would be stable. We know for a fact that the 3.5 cap is a stable enough number so that the server most likely won't crash. If we feel like the server is stable and we see that it is at the 3.5 cap, we will most likely raise it to maybe 5 count, something like that. The server machine can hold a lot of players, tens of thousands, so that wouldn't be a problem. You think you're adding him to Skype, but you don't. Yeah.
I saw a question there. I can't remember exactly what it said, but I wanted to answer it. Something about trying to get specifically Nostalrius ex-admins and devs and everything like that. We're not poaching, or we're not attempting to reach out to players. Not that they're poaching, but we're not going out and headhunting specific people. If they want to offer their services to us, we'll go through the application process. We're going to be fair to everybody. We're not going to accept anyone just because of what their status was, right? So if they feel like they want to work with our project, then they can apply. If not, then we're not going to make a fuss about it, right?
Yeah. Will we implement target dummies in capital cities? It was discussed. Don't think we reached a solution or an agreement to anything concerning that matter, but maybe if we deem it necessary. Where do you get all the money for servers? Do you own a porn site by any chance? Peanut nudes, that's all I'm gonna say.
Peanut nudes, oh, those do exist, but they're confidential and strictly classified, and you will not find
Very
them.
expensive. Why is going to GM Island a bannable offense? Because we don't want players up in our beach, dude. We're having a secret get-togethers there, and we don't want players to interfere. What made you guys want to work with a TBC server and not any of the other expansions? Because we love the Burning Crusade. I feel like it said 3 to 7 hours for 3 hours. Yeah. That'd be true. What version of Little Client do I need to get? 2.4.3 is the client. Windfury works properly, yeah. Why did you implement arena rating requirement on every piece of Season 1 gear? Because we wanted to be more
Competitive.
competitive, yeah. Exactly. Is the realm list on the forums correct? No, it is not. It's for the beta realm, and you'll most likely not get access to the beta realm at this stage.
Wow. How long has this stream been going? Has anyone been here from the very start? I don't remember how long ago I started this. probably 9 or so hours, I would assume. I don't know if anyone was here that was originally here. What is the average age of the crew? I don't know how old any of them are. I don't think they know how old I am.
I think the average age is 20,
Oh, we're like 28 or 27 probably.
24, I think.
Really?
4, yeah.
Oh,
25.
a couple people are a little older. Well, it depends on what you're talking. Are you saying staff as in GMs, moderators, or just admins, devs?
No, I don't know. I don't know the age of the GMs.
Because I know a lot of the GMs are slightly older. 13
Okay.
hours? Really? Have we been going for 13 hours? This is crazy. There's no way we've been going for 13 hours. I mean, I know I started sometime at like after supper for me, which was 9 hours ago at least.
How much do you know each other outside of the project? Well, myself, I know a couple of the guys involved. Peanut is located on the other side of the world, so he knows a lot of people involved.
Wait, was that about me? Sorry, I wasn't listening.
No, just a question regarding how much we know each other outside of the project. And I said you live across the world, so you're not very much involved in outside of the project.
Yeah, it's sort of hard to, if you've ever worked, if anybody here has ever worked with people overseas, it's very hard to correlate. First floor! Especially when I'm on the West Coast and they're in Europe, so I'm like 8 hours behind. Weekends are great for correlating, but weekdays not so much.
When do you estimate the release? Today? Do we at least get a slow mount at start? Yeah, you will get the 60% mount if you use the instant 60 feature. Horde or Alliance? Go Alliance, boys.
Alright, so you need to go to work. I need to go to work.
Yeah.
One of our GMs is going to take over, Radagast. I think that's how you say it. He's going to basically be holding you guys over until the countdown really starts. I believe that's Nario who is running this stream. I could be wrong on that. Someone is, I forget the name. One of the community managers, I believe. And they'll be around. And yeah, thank you guys for the fun ride. If it has actually been 13 hours, then it's been great. I enjoyed it. Thank you, Lich, for joining me in the questions and answers. I hope everyone, well, not everyone, but I hope most of you got your questions answered. I know there's a lot that we probably didn't get to just because there's too many questions being asked. Again, try and check on the forums if it's already been answered again. There's lots of questions that have been asked to us over the last 2 weeks, ever since, you know, the whole thing happened. Anyways, yeah, so the stream will momentarily go down while we're transferring over to the new streamer. There will be no Q&A portion with him. He's just going to be running the stream, doing some stuff, but there's going to be no Q&A. So, if you do
Thank
have...
you very much for watching.
Yes, if you do have any remaining questions that you can't find the answers to, feel free to start a thread on the forums in the Q&A section, and we'll eventually get to the answers. And
If you have any...
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. If you have any questions regarding recruitment, you can ask Peanutbutter on the forums. If you have any questions regarding anything else, write a message to Leech, and I can answer you. But thank you very much for your questions. Over to you, Peanut.
I hope that I see all of you guys later today whenever I get home. If I haven't crashed on the couch, which I will try not to. I'll be ingesting lots of caffeine. But I hope to see all you guys on the server. I hope to see it well populated, and I'll see you there. And if not, then thanks for coming out. That's all I really have to say. So I'm going to be stopping the stream right now. Downtime of maybe upwards of 20 minutes or so, and we'll see. So stick around if you want. If not, that's it for the questions and answers. Okay, thanks everyone. See you guys.